What's up, beautiful people? Jeff here. Let's get straight to the point. If you want to learn how to create this video,
Enemy of my enemy is my friend. And there's probably no better example of this than the Allied powers in World War II. Once the war in Europe ended in May of 1945, the glue holding the alliance together was gone. The threat now, in the eyes of the West, had gone from Nazi to Soviet domination of Europe. One of the top Americans who wanted to go to war with the Soviets was General George Patton. He said the Third Army, alone with very little help and with damn few casualties, could lick what is left of the Russians in 6 weeks. One other high-ranking official, who was at least somewhat sympathetic to Patton's viewpoint, was Winston Churchill. Churchill worked with Stalin, but he never trusted Stalin. He felt that Stalin was going to threaten Europe. Churchill asked the British Chiefs of Staff Committee to come up with a plan in the case of war with the Soviet Union. A plan was quickly developed and was given the codename Operation Unthinkable. Operation Unthinkable was a preemptory attack on the Soviets by a combined American and British force. Right after this document was released, the head of the Soviet army ordered all Soviet forces in Poland to regroup and prepare for defensive operations. Many people think that this was early evidence of spies in the British intelligence service, a group that later became known as the Cambridge Five. Needless to say, none of this ever happened.
I'm going to walk you through to my entire workflow where I split into 4 digestible stages. Stage 1, it is the boring part 1, where this is the foundation. Stage 2, it is the boring part 2, and this is the preparational work, but still boring. Stage 3, it is the AI revolution, where tech meets creativity. And stage 4, it is our real work. This is my entire editing process on our software, where we're gonna use Premiere Pro. In this video, we're gonna dive into the stage 1, aka the boring part 1. We're gonna lay down the groundworks. We'll cover essentials like setting up the project files, gathering necessary files, adding transcript, organizing our documents, and adding subtitles. This foundational knowledge is key in any kind of video projects. But hey, if you're just here for entertainment purposes, I do not recommend you watching this because this is the boring part of creating video. If you're serious to see my process, stick around. Pro tip, feel free to speed up the video playback to save some time. I will also provide a timestamp on the description. If you want to skip around, feel free to do so. Now, let's dive in. So this is the short documentation. I don't think so this will be short, but this is a video editing documentation by me, Adrian. I will walk through the process of how I'm making my dark path and Matthew Ball style of editing, and gonna combine those style in this project. So I will try my best to document everything that I'm doing on my creative way. So bear with me. So yeah, let's start. So this is the process that I will be making, and this is where I break down 4 stages of my editing on this. So which is the boring part 1, the boring part 2, which is the stage 2, and stage 3 is a revolution. Then for the stage 4 is the real work, which is the editing. So I will start first for our stage 1, which is the boring part. I think this is boring part for every editors that we're gonna walk through or gonna work on any project, I think. So yes, stage 1 is the project file gathering, documents, transcript, and subtitle. Why I input subtitle? Because for me, subtitle is the most boring part on the video, so that's why I really want to cut that out on my process. So that's why I really want to do that first, so I could finish up the boring parts, then the transcript. So now we will start for our stage 1. So yes, for the stage 1, this is a project for the Everything Everywhere Daily, which is I made a document folder for this, which is I have a structure of folder, which is I have a template like this, and copy all of this on this folder. So I just walked you through. So basically, the client's name, client name, then I'll input it, the template folder. So basically, we cut out a microseconds or microminutes on basic doing this kind of folder. So this is very important. This is essential for me. Then the document, which is we will input the selects, the transcript or the Excel file that we'll be receiving from Nomads. Then footages is the audio file or the video file from the client that we will editing from the writers that made from the selects. So I made that already for everything everywhere daily, and I received the files, which is the transcripts and the footage, which is this. So after receiving those files, which is we're done with the project file. Most probably this is as of now the assets that we have for everything everywhere daily. Then for the document, which is here, the transcript from the selects. So basically what I'm doing a two document from there. So this will be copied on Premiere Pro, and the other one is actually I will break down later why I have another document for this. So yes, transcript. So basically I will delete this first or move this first. So why? I'll gonna show you why this is the second full document, because basically I made a script per scene, and I will walk you through how I made this, because this scene per picture is I visualize while they are talking or saying on the script. So I will break down the script per scene of the video. So I think that's the stage 2. Down the divide. Okay, that's on the stage 2. So after that, subtitle, I will do first the subtitle on Premiere. So basically, I have a template on this, and I will rename this as test project. So I have a template for every project, because once I open this, I have so this is my workplace for every project that I'm making. Is I have a project file here already that are pre-templated already, that have a footages, timeline, landscape, vertical template. Template is very crucial on every project, because there you should use this as a workspace for every client, because the repetitive asset, elements, animation for that certain client will be input here. So basically this is my setup, because this is very, what you call it, I'm gonna save you so much time if you do this template timeline sequence. So yes, so we will start for our first step, stage 1 for subtitling. And also I would like to say also, I will make, this is the videos that I've made from the past, and this is kind of the style that we will making on
After
this video.
serving that Saturday lunch, Julian told his wife to head home, that he would join her once he'd finished a few final duties.
So if you can see the subtitle, I will do this first, and which is a bold and clear to read. For me, I really want the subtitle to be clear so I could read that easily. There's no resistance or anything. So that's why I really want to finish this first. Then this is the other one that we're making also, which is I will combine this kind of style for everything, everywhere, daily on this test project.
Living in Boston.
This is a
Tinder,
pure
my
motion
profile has said,
graphics.
I'm living here, please swipe left if you're just visiting. He was on a search.
It is a pure motion graphics videos. There's no talking head on this because the client only provide a audio on this. So let's start for the subtitle. So basically, I will import my audio here, which is coming from the project file that we did earlier. So yes. Footage, which is this, the test clip. This is from our selects. And open the document for the transcript and just copy this on. Then after this, import that.
The enemy of my
Then text, transcribe it for the transcript. And wait. Then after this is we will merge this all, which is them. Oh, yeah. Then replace this text because this is a so much time we can save by copy pasting from the word from the select. Yeah, like that. So after this, we will input this to make a subtitle. Create a caption from our. So for this is a 2-line or subtitle, and gonna do this. I'm gonna do is the bold. We will do a subtitle style, which is a bold, then thin font, then after that bold font, then thin font. So basically there's alternative on bold and thin font. So yeah, going back. So I think maximum length in character most probably 15, I think. And I will do is 2.5 for minimum duration, then lines is double, and create caption. Then we will review here on our text if this is alright already, but we will double check this first if this is. We will rearrange those subtitles that are not fixed yet. So here I'm gonna rearrange those. think this is not okay for me. I will transfer this, the Dan, the allied power, and put it here. Oh,
Then the for example of this, then the Allied power.
and this, rearranging allies. Sometimes I could leave some solo liner, and I will position that this subtitle in the middle of both of the two liner. And this, I will merge this and rearrange it. The Soviet domination Europe. Up Americans who wanted to, I think, yeah, this is good work. Wanted to, and after that, alone, he said, I will separate the he said, the Third Army alone.
He said.
Because I think this is a scene that we could use just a typing text format. I mean, a scene that only shows a text, the throwing a typing something effects, if you know what I mean. So basically, I will not fix this anymore because this will be deleted. Oh, so this is, yes, this will be deleted. Churchill, but will never trust Stalin because that this I'll merge this. He felt that Stalin was going to make Churchill asked with a plan in the case developed. Release the head of many people think this was that this was needless to say. So if you're gonna do this by set, because from the past I'm doing this a 7 clip of this, and I will do everything in one sequence for the all subtitle. So it's like a factory process, which is we're gonna do everything in the same way first. Like we need to repack the package, repack, or something that you're gonna, it's repetitive first before doing the hard process, like editing, adding effects like that. So for me, I'm doing the easiest part for the video, which is for me is kind of boring because this is the boring part. Yeah. So after this, I finished the subtitle that I think is good looking. So we will make a format for this. I think format for this for Everything Everywhere Daily podcast is, I think we could use the yellow of this or their logo here. So I will open my Illustrator for this. So basically, I will use on this documentation of my editing processes, I will use, I think, four application, which is Midjourney, Photoshop, and Illustrator, and yeah, Premiere. This is my 4 application that I will be using on this documentation. So let's get back to the Illustrator. So why I open my Illustrator is basically I really want to copy those image. I mean, I think this would work first. This application called ColorZilla, if you're aware of this is basically a color finder. And this, oh, it's a color picker that shows the code of the color. Then we will copy the color picker. So we will copy the code. Okay. Then what will I do here is basically enemy is I will duplicate this 4 times. So why did copy this 4 times? Because we have a subtitle that needed to be 4 times to show different kind of format, because this, the enemy of my enemy, this will be the bold one. So we will edit this on our subtitle. Put this in the middle. Most probably my subtitle is here. Then I think therefore their font style is, so here is our what font. Most carry on. We could use for this kind of style. I think we could use first Montserrat. It's everybody's favorite. Or Futura. We could use Futura. Yes. All caps. Then our spacing here will be large, and why you will understand later why I did that. Enemy of, so I will add some a solid background. So we will view our text clearly first. color matte. Color matte we're gonna do is white for now. And we will add this. Add some shadow. I think we will delete the 3 layers first, because this is our format of the subtitle. Opens back. Just need to add a stroke. Like this to take enough. This would work. And shadow. Make it less visible. Then after this is we will make, because the first liner will be the yellow one. Yes. So I will adjust this. I think the subtitle is enough for this. Then after this we will copy this. Then we will copy this, I think. Just bear with me. This one will be the thin one, Dora, but it is color white. Dora, I think. Where's the medium? Medium. Nope. Dora. And this one will be white, but not bold. We'll make this a thinner one. Nope. So this, I think the stroke, it's harsh, so we'll make it 5. Probably 5. Then nope, center 7, 8, 9. Why it's not round? Problem on the roundness of this. We need to change that curve. really don't like that. I think book would work. Futura book. Oh. That's like but the subtitle positioning, because this is work to do. This is the boring part of the video. I think 6 will not be partial. 5, I think 5 would work. Oh yeah. Copy this again. Make it closer, I think. Weird. 5 or 6? 6. Then after this, we will copy this and put that here on the other layer. So this will be positioning this on the no, you will put that on the bottom. Then this one is our third layer, because this will be the next transition of the enemy off, and the other one is positioned here. So we will indicate that on our fourth layer. So you can see the pattern. Oh, I hope so you see the pattern. Then yeah. After this, I completed this 4 layers. I will copy this all to make it as my. I will add 4 tracks on this. Then lock this. Then these layers will. This will be my. I will upgrade this caption to graphics. So basically, we will see this. So many layers. And for that, I will hide this first. This 3 layer. So in my first layer, I only need this on the first line. So I will input a crop effect on this. Then I will crop that out and copy that to all layers. So yeah. Then if you can predict my pattern, what I'm doing right now, it is very easy. Just that, crop again, then copy this to other layers, which is we're gonna lock the first layer. Then after that, another one. We will hide this and this. We will crop this again until we crop all of the subtitle that we needed for the effect of the subtitle. That, hide this again, then show this, then crop the upper subtitle, copy this crop, select all layers. Okay, so basically we want the subtitle to show like this: enemy of my enemy. So we will show those layers, and this is the most boring part for me on the subtitle, because we need to cut this out. So we need to lock those layers so we could cut out the subtitle.
The enemy of my...
I just want to add another part here. Then we will. Our shortcut key here is very useful, is the hide. I mean the enable. We will disable those layers. Will be
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, like that.
My friend. And there's probably no better example of this.
So if you can see,
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And there's probably no better example of this. Of my enemy is my friend. And there's friend.
We'll adjust this. So this is the boring part. That's why I really want to finish
this. And there's probably no better example of this.
Mistakenly got that.
All of this. Then the allied.
So this disable
Allied powers in World War II. Once the war Once the war in Europe ended in May of 1945, the glue
I'm not comfortable with that font.
than the Allied powers in World War II. World War II.
Yeah, good work.
Once the war in Europe ended in May of 1945, the glue
Extend this just to see my subtitle. If that worked, then lock this.
the glue
Disabling.
holding the alliance.
So this one, I will. Yeah, if you remember, we made a solo subtitle. So we will need to delete the crop. Then move that in there in the center of those subtitles, between those subtitles. And now we will copy paste this format if we encounter another solo subtitle.
Lines together was It was gone. The threat now in the eyes of the West had gone from Nazi to
So this, just leave that there.
Soviet domination of Europe. One of the top Americans who wanted to go to war with the Soviets was General George Patton. He said the third arc.
So basically, this quote, for me, I imagine this as a text animation. So we will not do this anymore. We will just disable this whenever we might
Questions
need
in
this.
6 weeks. One up.
This
Ranking official. They're high ranking official. Who was at least somewhat sympathetic to Patton's viewpoint was Winston Churchill worked with Stalin, but he never trusted Stalin. He felt that Stalin was going to threaten Europe. Churchill asked the British Chiefs of Staff Committee to come up with a plan.
So bear with me. This is the boring part. Yes.
In the case of war with the Soviet Union, a plan was quickly developed and was given the code name Operation unthinkable. Operation Unthinkable was a preemptory attack on the Soviets by a combined American and British force. Right after this document was released, the head of the Soviet army ordered all Soviet forces in Poland to regroup and prepare for defensive operations. Many people think that this was early evidence of spies in the British intelligence service. A group that later became known as the Cambridge Five. Needless to say, none of this ever happened. None of this ever happened.
So yeah, we finish our subtitle. We will preview this again, so double check it. Oh, I think we forgot to copy this format of the solo subtitle. We will copy this format and distribute that. Remove attributes of all of the solos, then paste the format. So basically they are affected and all. So yes, we will review this. So there's no turning back once we're done on our subtitle.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And there's probably no better example of this than the Allied powers in World War II. Once the war in Europe ended in May of 1945, the glue holding the alliance together was gone. The threat now, in the eyes of the West, had gone from Nazi to Soviet domination of Europe. One of the top Americans who wanted to go to war with the Soviets was General George Patton. He said the Third Army, alone with...
okay. We just remove this because of it is a
One other high-ranking official who was at least somewhat sympathetic to Patton's viewpoint was Winston Churchill. Churchill worked with Stalin, but he never trusted Stalin. He felt that Stalin was going to threaten Europe. Churchill asked the British Chiefs of Staff Committee to come up with a plan in the case of war with the Soviet Union. A plan was quickly developed and was given the codename Operation Unthinkable. Operation Unthinkable was a preemptory attack on the Soviets by a combined American and British force. Right after this document was released, the head of the Soviet army ordered all Soviet forces in Poland to regroup and prepare for defensive operations. Many people think that this was early evidence of spies in the British intelligence service, a group that later became known as the Cambridge Five. Needless to say, none of this ever happened. The enemy...
So yes. So we're going back to our presentation. So we basically finish our stage 1. And I think this will be applied if you're doing a 7 clips. You need to finish this all first in a one stage, because this is the most boring part of editing the videos. Is the subtitle, the transcript, checking of the wordings, because that is the most crucial part also in the video, because the viewer are looking for the subtitle, and our aim is make the subtitle less error, so there is no other revision. So yes, this is the end of our stage 1.
That's a wrap on stage 1. Thanks for joining me here, and stick around on the boring part 1, which is the foundation. Remember, mastering this basic is crucial for your editing journey. If you found this video helpful, click the thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials. Drop any questions or comments below. I'll do my best to address them. Up till next time, see you on the stage 2. Happy editing!